This is not what the video is about, but I like them, so I'm going to show them to you. But no, the video is going to be about my brand new scanner and me trying to use it. So when I left traditional art about 12 years ago, I was using the old family scanner, which has always had some kind of trouble with scanning because it scanned pictures with a very grayish light, and it has these like specks of dust when it scanned, and I knew they did not exist on my art because they were not there, and they were very, very noticeable. So I had to spend time cleaning them, and so now that I'm back to watercolors, to traditional art, and I kind of need to, preserve them, have a digital file just in case I want to make some prints or sell some originals, that scanner is no longer making it. I needed something new. So when this baby was on sale on Amazon, I thought, fuck that, I want to buy it, and I will try to use it and see if it's something that I'm going to be using more often in my watercolor journey to, save files and so on. And if it's not, it was pretty cheap, so I did not spend, I don't know, 500 euros on something that is just going to catch dust. So, sorry about that. Why did I pick this one? Like I said, it was the cheapest one currently available with the specs that I wanted. So it has a scanning resolution of I cannot say English numbers, so there you go, that number there. With that kind of resolution, this one was the cheapest. Also, it is a flat pad that is very, very flat compared to the other ones, especially to its adversary, let's call it that way, which is the Epson V39, which is kind of taller. The problem is basically this. This is my working area, and this is my upper shelf, my lower upper shelf, and I don't have a lot of space. I have small hands, and this is basically the space I have. So I've been already feeling it a little bit. So I want something that can be stuck under there and have no problem opening up for me to put my sheets of paper in. So I cannot have it occupy half of the space, and when I try to open it, it just it bashes against the wood. So this was very important to me. So cheap with a good resolution, had to be flat, and also doesn't need a cable attached to the not the power, but it basically it starts with just a USB connection to a laptop. So this is basically a, like, I don't know, a hard drive plug-in. You just plug it in and it starts. So really, really important to me as well. So basically everything I love. So let's unbox this and let's try to use it with Photoshop. I literally have no idea what to expect, because I know that if you scan pictures, you're going to have to edit them after you've scanned them, and this is a process that I am familiar with because I've done it before, but with another scanner. So I am hoping that this new scanner has improved quality that will make my life easier when I edit the picture. So let's hope that is the case. Okay, let me unbox this and then we'll come back. I apologize for not doing the first scan live, but I was kind of curious because I did not open the drivers. I just connected the scanner to the computer and it started, I don't know, installing itself. So I wanted to see if my Photoshop would pick up the scanner and scan using the scanner even without me installing these things. So what I'm guessing is you would need these drivers if you just pushed auto scan. So I don't know, let's push buttons just because you can. Yeah, computer stay dead. So this is, I don't know, probably going to work only with this. No idea. I don't care because I did my first scan and yeah, it has a little bit trouble focusing because it's so bright, but I scanned my first piece and not an art related picture because that I wanted to preserve for you guys. But it's still something colored, so I would have something to scan. One of the things I've noticed, this scanner is noisy. Not really a problem for me, and it's not a noise you can hear from outside. But yeah, it's kind of a weird sound. So the old one did have a zzz noise, but nothing like this one, honestly. And I will let you hear it. So let me put down the camera, and we'll pick something to scan from. I have nothing ready. My sketchbook. It is not flat, so I'm probably going to have to press it a little bit just to avoid the spine shadow. But yeah, let's do this. Okay. So how to scan stuff? You go to File. You go to Import. Via support or via no idea. Hey, it rhymed. Sorry. Okay, so this basically picks up any support you may have and tells you where you want to save your files. I'm going to save them on a separate file though, separate folder. Start. Here you will have the list of your supports. I only have the one, so pretty easy. Okay, so basically, okay, this is in Italian. I'm sorry, I do not recognize the shift between Italian and English because I'm used to both. So this is colored, gray tone, black and white, and text or personalized, which is basically what you're going to choose if you want a higher resolution. I'm just looking to scan my first image. I don't have a preference on resolution. So if you want anteprima is basically your it's not a premiere, it's like a trailer, but basically it shows you what the scanner would pick up, and here is the sound. Oh. It does not get better the second time. Okay, so this is basically my page. As you can see here, we have the spine shadows, and I knew this was going to be there, but it's also a problem of hardbound sketchbooks, so I am not worried about that, because I did not purchase the scanner for my sketchbooks, but just for my more finished, more polished works, which are probably always going to be on separate pieces of paper. So you press digitalize, and then this is hard to do with one hand. Okay, so let's go with digitalize and press down. As you can see, the shadow in the middle is a bit less noticeable, and it's going to be even less noticeable the more you press over the spine of your sketchbook. This is going to ruin it a little bit, but who cares? Okay, so next thing, I swear I will learn how to record, screen record my my desktop, sorry. So, okay, image rotation, counterclockwise. Okay, so this is what we're going to work with. I will take a little. This is 100% zoom, and I have to say that compared to the other scanner, this one is a lot more faithful to the colors than my old one. The old one just was plain graying everything up, also the paper. Here you can see, and it's something that I've chatted about with other artists online, and let's zoom in and hope it picks it up. Pick it up. Okay, but you can basically see the texture of the sketchbook, and it's something that a lot of people, it's not that they notice it or struggle with, but it is a wonderful thing when you're painting art, but not so much when you're scanning it, because it shows all the shadows. So what you can do to avoid this, other than using hot press, is basically to select the area and just clean it up manually, which is a hassle, but it's the quickest way not to get to fake editing. So basically for editing, what I've always done is go to image, go to adjustments, and just go nuts with the levels. It's something you can also, you can prepare it with curves and then go to levels. I generally go directly to levels because I can get a result I like without having to bother too much with curves. I don't like curves. I'm sorry, I don't like curves. Not in the human sense, in the computer sense. But basically you move this and you can understand what this does. So you have a level for your lights, for your darks, and for your midtones, and you basically slide these along the way and it gives you different results. Usually I keep, wait, cancel, let's go back to the way it was. Adjustments, levels. I generally bring everything closer to the midline, so where the midtones are. This, what this basically does is it lightens your whites and darkens your blacks. So this is basically what it looks like. It just raises contrast a little bit, it brightens your whites and just lets you have most of the colors still the same way. Of course you can make the colors brighter, but I've discovered that this makes the whole image look just fake, like very, very fake. And it's something that I've always hated with the other scanner, because it ruined the colors so much that I just needed to edit them so much that they looked faked. I can say that I'm pretty satisfied with the scanner. It is pretty portable. It was pretty easy to use because I plugged it in. I didn't do anything else. And I'm still pretty pleased that I still know how to do some little edits, Photoshop edits to my paintings, which is not to say that it's something you can do with digital art, but generally you kind of start with some advantages in digital art, and you don't need to do as much editing as with traditional art, but it does help you a little bit to have some basic knowledge of what levels are, what curves are, what hue, saturation, how to just play with them a little bit. So yeah, I wasn't going in blind, if that was the question. Okay, so this is basically it. I will do more try of these, and I will try to get some of my older art cleaned up, and I don't know, maybe prints are in my future. No idea. Or I don't know. I really have a lot of ideas, a lot of projects I want to make, very little time, and not a clear, a clear project. So I'm going to do what feels right, what I want to do, and then if it's something that interests me, I will go ahead with that, and I'll keep you posted. So thank you for being with me, and until next time, bye.